Hi there, I'm Josh and I'm the captain of the Queen's Mahjong Triad. I've been playing Riichi for 5 years and Mahjong overall for almost 20 years. I play a typical efficiency-based, value-based game, but one thing I do specially is that every morning my daughter wakes up and I show her one of each of every tile. And then she crawls up and will fetch the tile that I'm gonna sumo the most that day. And then I'll remember how to form my hands around that. The name Triad, we chose the name Triad because at the beginning, in the first season of N League, all the teams had 3 people, so I immediately thought of things that talked about 3, came up with the word Triad, and then I realized, oh, okay, that's a good tie-in to the Yakuza video games that a lot of people get into Riichi Mahjong with. And it stuck so far, and it's been a good name that took us through the first season. Well, if last season is any indication, I think we'll go far. We're adding new players, and hopefully they'll get the same flow.
Hi, my name's Christian. I've been playing Riichi Mahjong since the pandemic, when I was really bored and I saw a post on Seoul Asian Traits about playing Mahjong with your friends, and I was like, oh, I've always wanted to learn. And then I started playing Cantonese Mahjong, and then I found Riichi Mahjong, and I was like, Riichi Mahjong is so much better. I really like our flow. It's pretty great. But also I really like the camaraderie we've built, the time to go to Josh's house to play on his auto table, and I really like becoming a better Riichi Mahjong player by doing Pai Fu reviews and things that I would never normally do without being on a team. So recently, after our other teammate left, I've kind of converted to this what they call the occult style of Mahjong, where you kind of feel the tiles as they whisper to you. So I recently got 2 kokashis, and I think it's because as I drew terminals, I was like, oh yes, this is a kokashi hand, and I just kept going for it.
Hi, I'm Christy. Some of my earliest memories are actually playing Mahjong. I would sit on my grandpa's lap and he would draw tiles for me because my arm was too short to reach across the table. I started with Filipino Mahjong, and I didn't learn Riichi Mahjong till during the pandemic, when my sister and our friends, we've always wanted to learn the Riichi style, and we just taught ourselves and figured it out. I like our team because I feel like we're well balanced with a variety of play styles, so our discussions are usually insightful and interesting. I also think that we're genuinely invested in getting better as players, but we also appreciate the fun aspects of good competition. I think my Mahjong style reflects who I am as a person. I'm actually a twin, and I will almost always go for Ippeiko, and getting a beyond Peiko is at the top of my Yaku bucket list. I also really like anime, and in our last tournament I actually got a 0 score the tournament. I think only an otaku would actually think that was really cool, but I liked it.
Hi, I'm Ben. I've been playing Riichi since around the time of the Anime New York City convention last year, so that's when I joined Riichi Nomi and started playing. Yeah, similar to Christy, I liked how that we have a lot, we have very honest discussions about how what our plays are, the reasoning behind our plays, and how to play more efficiently. So I've been shopping around for a lot of styles, and I've been reading a lot of books. I think one of the most interesting things I've been reading is about this Jan Kiryu story about the Mahjong demon, and a lot of the rules that they've been saying, the more Musuji you push, the better you become. So that is my style.
Well, so, the team has expanded through the draft this season. We've gotten 2 new players, and so, it's learning about them has been a joy, and I think that the new balance of the team is just the best because, Christian always brings it with his like very easygoing, happy attitude. I think it helps us relax, helps us sumo most importantly. With Christy, I think she has more flow from her playing history, and I think sometimes we learn about how to capture some of that flow, but she also makes me think a little bit more about fashion. We almost color coordinated coming here, but thought better of it. And for Fen, I think Fen is always trying to get better, and in the short time I've known him, I'm really blown away about like how much he thinks about his game, and that's really inspiring for the whole team. So I think that's a set of jigsaw pieces that will really come together this season.